control me. We on a blockchain, running that brand new code. We on a route to the bag, I run it up with my bromies. Doing the digital dash, gotta get guacamole. We on a blockchain, where they cannot control me. We on a blockchain, running that brand new code. Okay, let's get it. Minting a new NFC, selling out in a minute. I'm choosing myself cause I know I'm the one with the vision. It's wonderful, we on the beach and the colors is vivid. I want it, I get it. You dream it, I live it. I'm on Ethereum, going city to city. Immutable Metaverse, my crypto been busy. Not fungible, wonderful, we see it clearly. We on a route to the bag, I run it up with my bromies. Doing the digital dash, gotta get guacamole. We on a blockchain, where they cannot control me. We on a blockchain, running in brand new code. I'm chained to the block, on the way to the guap. NFTs too hot, secret rare price at a lot, yeah. Crypto been ready to pop, yeah. Desert with chicks at a lot, yeah. I work to work, I don't stop, yeah.
What is going on, VeVe fam? Welcome to the stream. It seems like my video just always like zooms in, but welcome in. And today we'll be talking about Disney, obviously Bob Iger, the thumbnail. Obviously, you guys know what it's all about. Disney to Dwarf Meta's $250 billion metaverse and how it will propel VeVe to the top. So that's a little bit about what we're going to talk about in today's stream. And yeah, let's go ahead and just dive right in. So obviously, if you didn't know, well, not obvious, some people don't know, that Bob Chapek was the former CEO of Disney just recently, was replaced by Bob Iger. And Bob Iger has been one of the more prolific CEOs in the modern era of literally all CEOs in the United States. So kind of a big deal. So we're going to jump into that and what that's all about and kind of basically get into why I think that Disney could really exceed what Meta is doing over on Facebook and things like that, and how that's going to kind of pan out. We'll also be talking a little bit about the ecomi token itself as well. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Let me go ahead and get my screen pulled up. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I see you. Let's see here. We have Daniel. We got Bloom Dog. What is going on? Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right. So let me go ahead and pull up this thread. This is by NFT Power Rankings over on Twitter. Shout out to you. He or she posted breaking. Newly Disney reinstated Disney CEO Bob Iger signals next phase of company's growth focus on getting more involved in Web3 beyond current licensing deals. Source Benzinga. Iger, who served on a Metaverse company board of directors during his time away on NFTs. Now, I forgot to plug in my Christmas tree lights. So yeah, we have a Christmas kind of special going on here on the channel. If you want to send an ornament, you're more than welcome to send an ornament and I'll put it up on the tree. And I'll do it like every year. So this is something, if you want to, you don't have to, but this is just a fun thing for every year. Maybe we'll do a Christmas special during the holidays, and you can, if you want to see your ornament there, you can maybe support the channel there or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, back into it. So if you follow my channel for a while, I've talked a lot about Bob Iger, not only on my channel, but on Twitter. Really been following him in his moves in the Web3 space and how he's been on the board of directors or, an advisor to Genies, which is a Metaverse fashion company, right? And I've actually bought some clothes on that platform. Long story short, obviously Bob Iger, he's really familiar with Web3. He's not some new person. He is not like being onboarded. He's very familiar with it. He knows exactly where the metaverse is going in terms of what that's going to look like in the future. And so, yeah, that's why I think, they can really put a dent in the metaverse, right? So currently, just to go over who Bob Iger is, he's I think he was at Disney for 13 years. I guess this would be, I think this article is actually old, but I think this might be his 14th year at Disney. But yeah, so he has been responsible for huge acquisitions like Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and recently Century Fox. So yeah, Disney definitely acquires big companies. So he's been a part of like literally some of the most major acquisitions in really the world. I mean, these are huge. These are not just small acquisitions. These are really big. We know Marvel, obviously, just recently. Lucasfilm, nobody really thought Lucasfilm was ever going to be sold, right? And Disney, under his watch, they bought it. So that was a really big deal to me. I was a really big Star Wars fan, and I didn't think George would actually sell, just how protective he is over his obviously his brand. So that was massive. That was a big deal, and that was nothing short of just great business, right? Great business under Bob Iger's leadership. Now, let's get into the troubles and the woes that Disney is currently facing and why I am super bullish on Web3 for Disney. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Iger's return to Disney begs question whether content is still king. We know that their streaming content is actually under somewhat scrutiny, turmoil, and maybe not performing as thought. So we know with JPEG, he planned to like integrate or have like the Disney Metaverse under like a Disney Plus banner. It was kind of confusing, right? We didn't really know. I mean, like, what does that mean, right? He never really told publicly what that was going to look like. So a lot of us were confused. But with Bob Iger at the helm, now it makes sense because Bob has been on the advisory board of some Web3 projects. He knows about Web3. He's been immersive. He's been found quoting things that are possible in Web3. So Disney is bringing Bob Iger back as CEO, a move that could help the company and its stock price recover. Bob Iger has been vocal about the huge opportunity for Disney in the Web3 space and went on to join a Metaverse company. And let's go ahead and to this one right here. Previous rumors have popped up that Disney could acquire an NFT company like Dapper Labs, which could create synergies with this ESPN sports property and sports-related NFTs. Now, I don't know if they do this yet, okay? I don't know if they're going to just acquire a NFT company like Dapper Labs. Dapper Labs, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do acquire a Dapper Labs because, you know, Flowchain is what powers Dapper Labs. So maybe they do. I don't know. But that does beg the question, will they acquire NFT or Web3 projects? They could. They very well could. What's going on, Vault Vision? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Let's see here. Benzinga reported earlier this year that Disney had several job postings that mentioned NFTs and job descriptions. So we know Disney's been hiring in the Web3 space, specifically looking at the accelerated program. You know, if we can head over to YouTube and I'll pull up the Disney Accelerator. So the Walt Disney Company showcased a lot of these different apps in AR. Now these are accelerator programs, so these are like startups, right? So they showcased the golden moments. They didn't showcase VeVe because VeVe is not a startup. So kind of to differentiate the two, but you can see here this other app, you know, creating cool experiences that are like geolocation based and things like that. We saw a lot of other different showcases, like a literal plane flying around, showing like Star Wars IP and unique experiences. Now, I don't know if that's going to be really feasible for, you know, mainstream users to fly around in like a drone looking plane. That just seems too much liability for Disney. I don't know if we see that, but it would be cool, right? It would be cool like in a ride or a roller coaster or something like that. But you can see Omi Homies, by the way, in this entire live stream over there. So, you know, Disney has to notice that, right? Disney notices that. But yeah, so we can go back over here and see that they have a whole dedicated team to really, like, it says Vice President Innovation. They're really focusing a lot in this space. So it's a lot of people think Disney's just like sleeping on this space. They're not. We obviously know that now. And really the wider space. Look at this, you know, digital goods right here. And you can see more here. So Disney Music Group. So the fact that they have teams focused in on digital collectibles, digital goods, obviously like NFT based, but it is pretty big. president of Disneyland Resort. We know that VeVe has got the Disneyland Resort and Parks license, so we know that as well. So be on the lookout for that. I mean, I fully do expect to see more and more of those like experiences at these resorts. So I think it's going to definitely propel VeVe forward. So we can see here this guy right here. I'm not really sure. Let's see, who is this guy? Oh yeah. We have Lockeverse, which I may try to schedule up a quick little interview with them. I'm really curious about that, about the Lockeverse. So the Lockeverse is really interesting to me. Let's see. Actually, let's fast forward here. Lockeverse, they could streamline this with their ESPN. As you can see, ESPN in the background. Yeah, so this one is really interesting to me. This is like, combining athletes with digital experiences and things like that. So this is really cool right here. Again, whether it's Lockeverse or VeVe, I think that they'll drop these unique experiences. So we know what the VeVeverse, we've seen it. We've seen the potential there. And look at this. You got digital swag right here again. So again, this almost looks like genies, like in a sense, like the fashion. So fashion's going to be big too. We'll see more of that roll out on VeVe, I'm assuming. But yeah, Penny Hardaway, you can see the different apps here. Polygon, obviously they partnered up with Polygon. The tech, I know people are so focused on the tech stack so much, but at the end of the day, consumers just care about something like an app that works, and they care about the experience more than the, blockchain is based on, right? Like a lot of people focus on that a little too much. Now, Polygon is going to definitely lead the way in terms of like these accelerator programs because they have a lot of market penetration, but Disney's not going to sleep on other like ecosystems like Immutable X, for example, because we know Immutable X has onboarded a lot of major companies like TikTok. So we know that these other layer 2s are not to be slept on. I work at a layer 2, full disclosure as well. So yeah, you can see there all the different apps, right? So that was the focus, right? These accelerator apps and what's possible here. And now that Bob Iger is returning to the helm, I think that's definitely going to propel a lot of things forward. So it says here, with 1.5 billion in streaming loss last quarter alone, park fans unhappy, sinking cable networks like ESPN dealing with cord cutting and moribund stock price, Iger has cut his work cut out for him. Here's the deal. Here is the deal. Iger was calling out the huge opportunity Disney had in the Metaverse and NFTs even after he left the company. Now, in charge of Disney again, Iger can create the path in Web3 for Disney. While Iger rejoining the company could be great for Disney's direct-to-consumer and theme park businesses, it shouldn't be estimated that the move could also propel Disney forward and then it just cuts off right there. Why it's important: one of the largest and most recognizable brand companies in the world, Disney, has been slow to adapt to the world of Metaverse and NFTs. That's debatable. They're on VeVe, and this article may be dated and old. It says the company partnered with digital collectibles platform VeVe to launch NFTs, yada, yada, yada. The company has been relatively quiet in the NFT space. And I think they're talking about Disney. Yeah, so Disney has been quiet in the Web3 space. I think they're just kind of waiting and seeing, but I think that's going to be, the curtain is going to be pulled back on that. Okay, Bob Iger's at the helm now. With JPEG, they were kind of tiptoeing into the Web3 space and kind of checking it out, making sure there wasn't going to be outrage and there wasn't going to be like, oh, you're destroying the earth. With like, obviously, VeVe's on carbon neutral platform, Immutable X. So I think that curtain's going to be like pulled back and removed, right? I think they're going to go full on. They'll do, if they need to, they'll do education and all that good stuff. So known for making large acquisitions like Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars parent Lucasfilm, Iger transformed Disney by recognizing brands that could power the company ahead. Acquisitions in the NFT and Web3 space shouldn't be out of the question for Disney to gain a strong entry into the sector. So people voted, will Disney make a Web3 acquisition. We've talked about this on the channel a lot, right? A lot. And not only my channel, but other channels like Randy Cavell's and many others. And we've all thought that they were going to acquire something, right? They're going to acquire some kind of platform, whether it be VeVe, whether it be something. They could even make an investment in VeVe. You know, time will tell. I think that would be smart and a good move for Disney to have a stake in the Web3. And I think that's what they did with the accelerator program. Let me take a drink of water. And let me turn on my Christmas lights. All right. So yeah, yeah, there we go. We had to turn on the Christmas lights. You can see the Dorito ornament over there, pretty close. I think my sister actually got that. If you look close, you can actually see my Mickey ornament.
It's adventure time on a trip headed to a bay. We in a metaverse on a blockchain with a sway. And that floor price might shock you with the take.
All right, sorry. I just had to show off some ornaments, okay? All right, back into it. So, yes, so it's always been talked about, right? Acquisition, will they do it? I think they will. I think if one of these, let's say, accelerator programs do really well, I think Disney's going to make an offer on one of those. All right, but these apps will need users at the end of the day. That's going to be the key. Is VeVe has the community to do a lot. So it's going to be hard for any other app or any other platform to just like gain users. I mean, they're going to have to do something very extraordinary, even with the relative amount of users on VeVe compared to, let's say, Decentraland, or let's say Sandbox. The amount of active users are actually far less. Now, if VeVe is able to launch the VeVeverse relatively soon, it could actually outperform Decentraland, Sandbox. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think we're so early, and I think it's too early to say like Sandbox and Decentraland are going to be like the number ones. Now, I am bullish on Sandbox, okay? So don't get me wrong. I'm bullish on those like Sandbox and Decentraland. I think it's cool. Like, I think it's cool. I've been in both of those. I played in both. Voxverse is very interesting as well. They're doing IP, partnerships and collabs in their metaverse, and it's like the founder of Sim. So I'm bullish on that one too, or like excited about it. Now it's too early to know which ones are going to pop off, which ones are going to be like the big players, which one's going to be like a Roblox, right? Like a powerhouse in the metaverse. We don't know yet. I think we're too early to decide, but I think just based on user base and daily active users, I think what we'll find out is when VeVeverse releases, we'll see how they compare and shape up next to like the larger metaverses. And I think that's going to indicate a very bullish sign. I think that's going to put a lot of people and educate a lot of people. So I'm making a kind of a call there for the future of the metaverse. So I think VeVe, I have always said VeVe was a metaverse play. And, it always shocked me to never see them under the metaverse category, under their tokens and things like that. If CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko's watching, they got to be adding, ecomi to the metaverse tab. So I've always said it was a metaverse play, and the VeVeverse proves that's the direction they're going in, and that they should be placed accordingly under the metaverse tab. Now, I also think the wider NFT space is sleeping on VeVe as well. A lot of people are just like, it's a walled garden, not fair. So what they do is completely just shut off their mind to the fact that VeVe could dominate the space, right? And I think that's a wrong way to approach it, honestly. I'm not I'm not against obviously decentralization. I'm very much pro interoperability, pro decentralization. I came natively from the crypto space, so I'm very much for that. So I get why they would think that, but if you actually open up your mind a little bit and think about it, VeVe it's a walled garden currently, but NFT is just a technology. So NFT doesn't mean like you get to decide what happens with that NFT, right? Like just because you're a user of an NFT doesn't mean like you control what gets, how that technology gets used, for example. Like if somebody wants to add utility to their own NFT, that's great. If VeVe doesn't want to do that, that's great too. Like you can't really control what people do with NFTs. Like that's the whole point of NFTs. And maybe if somebody wanted to make a walled garden experience, so be it. It's the technology, the underlying technology. So nothing has changed in terms of the technology. But I think people focus on that a little too much. And we also know, based on the GM, the regional GM of VeVe, the U.S. region, I believe, Michael Adler, that, he said many times that they're looking at interoperability. They're bullish on it. They want to do it. It's just a matter of basically, timing. So a lot of people have slept on VeVe in the wider space. And in my opinion, we're still early. So let's go ahead, get back into this thread. Fun fact now that Disney jumping more into NFTs. In January of 1988, Disney released a search engine called Go, months before Google was invented. Now, Google, obviously, they weren't the first search engine. So not surprising that they're jumping into new tech. Another thing to note is that, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, they had Dragon Chain as well in the blockchain space. They're experimenting with that with one of their like subsidiaries or whatever. So yeah, I mean, Disney's not new to blockchain at all either. So good kind of point there. Pointing out Dragon Chain would have been probably a little bit better as well, because Dragon Chain's been out for like forever. And another interesting quote from Iger must give some insight into plans. Imagine, letting someone buy a Mickey Mouse avatar and customizing it in a way that not only would never allow it before, but it was kind of hard to do in the physical world, Iger said. So yeah, like be on the lookout for customization of Disney characters and limited edition clothing, fashion, and things like that. I think that's going to be big. I think we're going to figure out that celebrities are going to be bullish on this too, long term. When celebrities figure out that you can do all these cool things, and like say like you have a limited edition jacket for Mickey, like who do you think's going to buy this stuff? Like it's obviously going to be a flex in the metaverse. Like it's just educated math. Let's get into the next one here. If you're excited about positive development of NFT land, please share. If you like this kind of news, throw me a follow. Let's see. Oh yeah. We know VeVe is doing land. We know they're probably going to do experiences. We know Disney's probably going to want to do experiences with VeVe, because VeVe is pulling off, doing very quite well, in my opinion, especially compared to the other metaverse applications out there. Let's see here. So yeah, we went over the Disney Accelerator. We know that. And then literally like we had a bunch of Omi homies like commenting on this thread, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, let's get back into this side. Like, so the fact that streaming losses in Q1 of like 2020. So I don't know how old this article is. It says, 2022. So this is actually recent. But why I think this is going to accelerate Web3, Bob Iger is going to do this, is because streaming is not necessarily king anymore. People are cutting different apps, cutting, ESPN or Disney or whatever. Bob Iger knows that you have royalties in the NFT space forever. Like it's in perpetuity. So this is why I'm really bullish on it. I'm really bullish on the fact that they will continue to promote VeVe and apps and pilot apps and things like that. And I believe that they will integrate this more into what they plan on doing in their version of the metaverse. And so I think we'll continue to see, I think he's going to get really aggressive with this, because when you have royalties in perpetuity, especially in Web3, especially in digital, I think that's massive. And he knows this. In my opinion, he knows this. And even Gary Vee on his drop, Gary Vaynerchuk, I think, what was it, Gary Vee made like $250 million or something like that just on royalties. Like it was an obscene amount. And if Gary Vee can do like 200 million in royalties, you better believe Disney's going to do billions of dollars in royalties in the NFT space. So I know this whole stream has been leading up to me saying that. This is why I think Disney is going to propel VeVe forward, whether it's directly, whether it's indirectly. In my opinion, you can just do the math yourself and decide for yourself what is going to happen. So I hope you guys can do that math together. So streaming content might not be king anymore, at least not in the Web 2 sense. Web 3 sense, Web 3 enters the picture. Now you're talking about in perpetuity. Now you're talking about higher, getting those fees, people buying, selling, and trading, and having an experience and a great time in the metaverse. Now you're talking way more, revenue at scale. All right. So this is why, and people are at home. So this is like, this is basically pandemic proof. So it doesn't matter if you're at home or whatever, you can still enjoy the Disney experience in your car, or maybe not in your car. Like if your car was parked, you know what I mean? At home, at the park, wherever. And I think this is where they're trying to get at. They're going to tell a story very soon, and it's going to paint that picture out. We already know Disney is like the king of storytelling. They bought the other king of storytelling, Marvel, and we're only going to see this roll out even further in the NFT space. A lot of projects in the NFT space themselves have this based a lot of their kind of structure around lore and storytelling, and the great ones know and model after what Disney has done and Marvel has done in terms of in Star Wars have done in terms of storytelling. Like I've advised a lot of like NFT projects and have like just said before to many NFT projects, you need lore. Like if you want to be successful, you need story. You need to be good at telling a story. If you can't do that in the NFT space, in my opinion, you're kind of in big trouble. Like a lot of people, yes, they focus a lot on utility, and yes, utility is important. But what is even more important and paramount is that story. It's the reason why the golden Walt and Mickey statue went to 40K. All right, because there's a story behind it, right? That there's an emotional connection to that NFT. So in my opinion, like that's what makes Star Wars so great, the story. All right, that's how they're able to sell out theaters, and that's how they're able to sell tons of Star Wars merch. Not because the toy has like necessarily utility, it's because the toy or collectible can tell a story. It's a character, it has lore. Anyways, let's get to the chat here. Let me take a drink of water. Jimbo Lee Lingo, yo, what's going on, man? Great to see you. I got the VeVe behind me here. I appreciate that gift, man. That was special. Really love it. I actually showed my mom, man, and my mom loved it. She was like in awe. She was like, oh my gosh, who made that? Like, anyways, there's some story behind that. So yeah, stories, once again, stories. Duck and Cover, yo, what's the name of the site where you can create avatars again? Ready Player? Yeah, so let's get into that. Ready Player Me. All right. This is I covered this this app a while back, probably too early. Like I covered this application like last year and the year before, I think. I actually did a video with my avatar. I don't know if you guys remember that. I did a video with my avatar. And I was talking about the metaverse. But yeah, I was using my Ready Player Me. That's where my avatar came from. I created an avatar in Ready Player Me. I've had it for a while. It's not NFT based or anything like that, but I have bought genies. So like one of the projects that Bob Iger was advising, I have some clothes from there. You can see they're integrated with VR chat, animes, which is what I used in my video. Side quest, Spatial's, we all like Spatial. Somnium, I did a video on Somnium before. Pretty cool. So you can own your look. Buy limited NFTs for your avatar. Now, I could see Disney buying something like this first. Like, I could see Disney doing this purchase because it's interoperable and it would be a good move. So something like this makes more sense to me. because it connects to the other ecosystems. So like with genies, for example, like integrating genies with like this, like Ready Player Me would be big. I actually covered this app before they even had all these other integrations, but I made a prediction to say that like they would do that, and they did. So that was kind of a cool little prophetic little call there. You know what I mean? We do a lot of it seems like we do a lot of those on the channel, by the way. And all it really is like educated math at the end of the day. I mean, we did it with Marvel, with Disney, with all like a bunch of the IP on VeVe. Some of that was like actual like detective work, right? And we still continue to do that. Like, look at this, like partner apps and games, artifacts on there. You can see Artifact, one of the major, like owned by Nike, one of the major ones. Spatial, vSpatial. I think vSpatial is like where, let's see, the workplace. Okay, yeah, this is like Meta. So yeah, this is very interoperable in terms of like you can use this avatar across like many different platforms. Yeah, just tons of apps. Like keep scrolling, you can see like tons and tons. By the way, they didn't have this many apps before. Like Network, that's another metaverse in Web3. Network, I've covered that one I think before on my channel. I think actually Cavell even covered Network before too. So just a ton, right? They had nowhere near, oh my gosh, 4,000 and more. Yeah, there's nowhere near this amount. Like, I think when I covered this, there's like maybe like a couple apps. Oh, the Nemesis is big. That's another Web3 metaverse. Somnium. I haven't heard, I don't know what Dune is. But yeah, you can like come over here to the NFT, get it on OpenSea. Ready Player Me punks. Head 5. Snake Collection. Metaverse GM punks. We'll probably end up seeing genies, I would imagine, just because Bob Iger. I have a feeling. I'm calling it now. Even VeVe could do their own IP on Ready Player Me. I could see that too. I could see VeVe. We have a big enough community for it. So I could definitely see that. Like, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like once you sign in, you can create your own avatar for free. So you don't have to even buy these. These are more just like a flex. Like you don't have to do that. DressX, that's one that Paul Barron has talked about quite a bit on his channel. You can see here it's asking to connect to my wallet. So you can buy like dress and things like that. It's got movement to it when you move around. So there's more fashion right there. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think Disney is going to do a lot of damage here in the Web3 space. Another reason why is because Disney's popular, like, or at least Bob Iger. Like people love Bob Iger. Meta like has some bad sentiment as well, so that's why I think that Disney can do a lot of damage here. People love Bob Iger. I mean, Bob Iger was on like the board of like the economic board for like California. For a short time, for a while, to help guide like a whole state's economy. Like, I mean, he's a big deal. And although he stepped down off that board, but for his own reasons, but I think that too is big. I think like he's a lot more popular than Zuck, right? At this point. I mean, I think Zuck is smart. I think people are definitely, I think Zuck knows what he's doing, but I think it's just the fact that Facebook had such a bad sentiment and fallout, and tons of those documentaries. Like, it's tough, you know. It's tough on when you're just a platform like Facebook like that to really, you know, moderate your platform, and then of course you have to worry about like bad state actors and things like that. It's just not a good time for Zuck, obviously, now with his multi-billion-dollar investment in a recession. You know, it's just bad timing for him all around. with Bob Iger could definitely lead the way here in what's possible with IP. So Zuckerberg also doesn't have like these like massive IP like of his own. Like Meta doesn't own their own story, right? Disney does. They own multiple stories. They own Marvel's entire universe, Star Wars entire universe, and they could do massive damage in Web3 and storytelling, and royalties at perpetuity. Like that spells out billions of dollars. So I think we'll see Web3, like Disney move into Web3 really quickly. I think we'll see it really aggressively starting like Q1, Q2. When Bob Iger, he's going to get up to speed. It's after the holidays. We're going to start seeing aggressive movements, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about that. All right, let me get to the comments. Good morning, Master Kyle. Hey, Jim Foley, appreciate you. Thanks for saying that. What's the name of the site? Okay, so what stops Disney from creating their own marketplace in Disneyverse? They could stop offering VeVe, the whole Disney umbrella. They could, but why would they? They could do their own marketplace. Why would they like stop VeVe though? Like, you know what I mean? Like if they're making a lot of money on the VeVe app, why would you stop a good thing? If it's not broke, why would you, if it's not broke, why fix it? Sure, they could do their own marketplace. I could see that. But the fact that they have the accelerator program shows you that they're serious about other apps, not just themselves. Sure, they could buy their own. They could make their own. They could do a lot of things, but they haven't. And we'll continue to see them, I think, support apps, because in licensing, that's how it works. That's how Pokemon has done billions of dollars in licensing. They don't just say, hey, we're going to make our own everything. They don't do that. They outsource their license, right? And Disney will continue to do that. So that's going to be my answer there. It's just business, right? It's good business. So they won't just stop offering, VeVe, in my opinion, because that's, they know we have a community over here. We're like definitely one of the biggest, like well-known communities in my opinion in the Web3 space. Rest in peace, Omi Reserve Wallet 2023. Yeah. Morning, Kyle. Streaming with Kyle. A great way to start the day. Flickerbit says, yeah, hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. It's always great to have you in the chat. Yes. So definitely had to do a morning stream. I used to love doing morning streams like every day. Good morning, y'all. Says Palace Zachary Roy. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for joining. So Cal Omi homie in the house. Previous Disney leadership said their metaverse was going to be centered around Disney Plus. Right, exactly. I think we'll see a lot more. I think we'll see it not just be exclusively like Disney Plus. I think we'll see a lot. I think we'll see. I think the lines are gonna be blurred, in my opinion. I think Bob Iger is just gonna aggressively move into the metaverse, and not like put a. I don't know if he's gonna package it around Disney Plus. We'll see how he packages it up. So. Kaleidabob, I did one there too there, but I don't know what it's good for. So yeah, you can run around like if you created a metaverse avatar in Ready Player Me, you can like go to spatial and like these apps, and you can just jump in there like meet in VR. These are all the platforms you can use your avatar in. Spatial is popular. So you can like sign in or whatever and like join somebody's room. So that's what you use it for. Will there ever be a gym in the metaverse? My Ready Player Me avatar looking a little skinny. I don't know. I think there might, one good thing a couple of the good things Meta's doing is like workout apps. I think long term, like I'm not bullish on Meta. I think we should let these big companies and brands evangelize the NFT space and Web3 in the metaverse. Like, why not? And a lot of like, I guess like DeFi maxis or decentralized maxis and that like really sleep on big brands. I think they're the kind of like their Achilles heel is that we do need big brands. We do need them to evangelize the Web3 space. They have much bigger bags than these small little NFT projects, and we should be supporting them, right? Because they're leading the way in innovation, and they've kind of always have, anyways. Like now, there could be a disruptive like platform that happens and pops up, but we should let them evangelize everything. And sure, we should have our say in the whole, this whole tidbit, but it's just funny that people are like too focused on like not some, I don't know. They just sleep on these big brands for whatever reason. Let's see here. Smash the like and share, says SoCal Omi. Hey, appreciate that. Yes, please do help support the channel. Loving that you can sell your digital merch. Yeah. So the creator tools in the VeVe, that's going to be big. We'll probably see VeVe drop some NFTs and fashion. I think we will. I think we'll see some collabs. That's another thing is VeVe could collab just like Metacom collabs. We know Metacom has collabed with recently with Brandalize, and where they have before they do Bear Bricks with like every single artist. Like VeVe could actually do a lot in terms of that. So don't sleep on unique IP from VeVe. Good morning, says Chago Solis. Yo, good morning. Good to have you in the chat. Stanley Reese did say that you can design anything you want, appearance-wise, like a comic book store or a gym, eventually even a e-commerce capable. Dang, man, that's going to be lit. That is going to be crazy. Like a digital economy. Man, I'm so parched. I need some water. But I'll just have to drink that instead. Man, that's going to be insane, though. That digital economy, incentivizing creators. We already have a bunch of creators in our community, so I think that's going to be massive. True Tech Junkie says, oh, speaking of which, True Tech Junkie, yo, what's going on, man? One of our creators, one of our famous creators in the Omi Homie Red Circle community, True Tech Junkie, Vaultaholic, baby, let's go. I believe I'll be buying some True Tech stuff. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, come on, man. What's up? 44 watching, 16 live. Smash the like and share. So SoCal Omi. Yes, appreciate it. Thank you. Helps get the word out, spread the word, the good word. VVGTV isn't well known in the broader NFT space, but it is one of the dopest. Yeah, in the beginning, it wasn't known as much. I think a lot of people actually know about it now. Yeah, in the beginning, I talked to a lot of different Ethereum whales and a lot of like OpenSea whales, and they didn't know about VeVe, but ever since Disney has like stepped up their game a little bit more and more, and VeVe has dropped like big brands, people have found out about VeVe more and more. But yeah, there's still a lot of room to grow, which is good for if you're a VeVe Omi homie. And the fact that they have Lambo, I mean, get out of here. We already have a community. Like, man, you'd be surprised how many people in the Web3 space have heard about VeVe, but they never talk about it. Because the reason why is because like they're really like promoting a lot of these like OpenSea like NFTs, and they don't want to like hurt their own like little decentralized like credibility. So I think we'll see like once VeVe shows that we have interoperability and they learn about the VeVeverse and how you can port over NFTs into the metaverse now, like Bored Apes and whatever. We've seen the fishies in the VeVeverse. I think it's going to click for them, and we'll see a lot more people talk about it, and we'll be like, oh, a lot of people actually do know about VeVe. They just weren't talking about it because, they didn't want to they didn't want to risk their reputation of being like a anon or one of those anons. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But for me, I'm like, yo, we need big brands like this to like push the needle in this space. I mean, like, we do need mainstream, like, right, just do the math. Like, we need mainstream. We need users in this space, like, at the end of the day, and these big brands are going to provide that avenue. And then people might learn about those, like, PFP and non projects and things like that. But one of the benefits of VeVe is it's, like, safe versus getting scammed as well. So there's, like, benefits to some of the things that VeVe has done that I think the anons really sleep in the space. Wasn't that hard to figure out. Thanks. Hey, no problem. All right, with the big mess in crypto, that we could fall to 0.0055. Yo, what do you think about that? What do you think? Not financial advice. Yeah, I mean, it's actually possible. I think there's I've already talked about it a bunch, especially I probably I follow the patterns more closely than a lot of the other people. I think God's entry is one of the only other people that is pretty quick to establish support levels. I'm pretty I'm in God's entries group and things like that, and I chat with him sometimes. It's possible. We are getting some support here, following kind of the people learning about more and more about the VeVe, what it is. So I think that's why we're kind of seeing this here kind of stabilize. A lot of people are buying right above. This is what I knew would happen. Is people would start buying right above 0.006 or 666, and that's why I went ahead and bought some, because the RSI level was down to a 9 RSI on the 7, and let's see what it was, a 18 RSI on the 14 day. So I began to go ahead and DCA from here. So I'm okay with I'm not buying at the lowest, because this could be a dead cat bounce, and it could go lower for sure. I think ancient support levels are really low, and yeah, if Bitcoin capitulates, which it very well might, because it's already oversold almost and going down. Omi could go down as well, and it would be a nice time to get some more. So I finally started my DCA process, and I know other people smart investors and smart traders are as well. I think that's why it started to stabilize, because we're all kind of doing the same thing. The more savvy traders and things like that, and investors. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. So not financial advice, opinion only. That's just what I already said what I was going to do yesterday. I just don't like to focus too much on the OMI token side, because, people can get upset about OMI in a bear if it's not 1 penny or something. I don't know. That's why I say watch the macro. Anyways, let's get off that topic. Let's get back to VeVe. This is Granison from VeVe Bros. Hey, what's going on, man? I heard you were at Decon. Were you at Decon? I didn't get to meet you, man. I was really hoping to meet you. Is it Tony, right? Granison. No, you said duh, you just said your name. Duh. VeVe GTV. Yo, what up, man? What is up? Yo, it was great to meet you, man. It was great to meet you. I was hoping to meet Tony as well and get a picture with both of the VeVe Bros for the win. But yeah, it was great meeting Granison, man. Yeah. I do think OMI will head to 0.0004. Too much toxicity from the crypto pump and subsequent tank. Possibly. Yeah, it's very possible. I think ancient support is 0.0003. So these levels, I kind of already said previously, I just don't like to talk about the OMI token super often in a bear market. For many reasons. Appreciate you, fam. Creators, it's our times as True Tech Junkie. Yes, it is. Let's go. Yes, it is. One day, True Tech's going to be up there signing pieces up at that VeVe booth, man. He's going to be signing those. He's going to probably have his own redeemable card eventually one day. I can already see it. You just redeem it in the app, and it's like a special edition showroom. Oh, I can see it, man. The visions I'm having. Marvelous packs. We need organic long-term growth and not sensationalized pumps from creators. Yeah, I wouldn't blame creators too much. Creators are a part of the mix to a degree. I like to a degree. The market's kind of matured out a lot, so I think people have in my opinion, I follow the macro and technical analysis. So creators are the last thing that are literally they're not even in my indicator repertoire. If I say that, if Justin Bieber or like Tom Holland or somebody bought like a Spider-Man, like you better believe I'll be paying attention to that. But like in terms of like small creators, I just don't think they can do enough damage on token price. But that's just my opinion. I mean, they can get people excited for sure, and people can make their own decisions. But this is a big space. This is a big space. It'll mature out. So yeah, it'll just mature out long term. It won't be as like, people won't have as much influence long term versus what they do now, in my opinion. I mean, well, they could. I don't know. Who knows? You can't wish big IP away. They can see the future and will come into crypto eventually. Better to be ahead of them than behind. Exactly, Slider 2333. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. VVGTV says people are sleeping heavy on VeVe. I want to be indie over everything mentality causes people not to jump in. Exactly, because people don't know what these indie brands are, and then when they see all these indies like scamming or at rug pulls, like this is not gonna like just randomly like be like, oh, we're going all in, just kidding, haha, you lost millions of dollars. Like they're not gonna do that. Their brand is built on trust and what people love and what they know. People buy what they know, trust, and love. And we need big brands like that in the space for sure to provide that, like, oh, Disney's in Web3? Okay, I'll consider jumping into Web3 now. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, a lot of people are skeptical. Like, we live in a bubble here in Web3 and think indie, over everything. People that think that just, they're kind of in a bubble, in my opinion. Not to call anybody out. Like, I support everybody. Like, I support all the DeFi guys and decentralized. Like, I'm one of them. Like, you know what I mean? But I do understand, like, from a high level, we need the big brands. Marvelous Pack says, I'm not here for short-term games, but the Fudders and Moon Boys are very divided and the community is split. We need new users and marketing, but now is not the time. The community is split. What do you mean by that? I mean, I just went to Decon. It didn't seem very split to me on that. I mean, I'm just being real. Like it seemed pretty united on a united front. I think what we see on Twitter is not the community. Like that's just Twitter being Twitter. So just go to Decon, just go to one of the events. You'll see for yourself. I think that the community is really strong. I mean, being there was just a game changer. I almost debate if you don't go to a Decon, you almost don't know the culture of VeVe. I dare to say, because we're also like on our own channels, we're all like doing our own thing. Twitter's doing its own thing. Yeah, like just going to Decon and how united the community was actually pretty inspiring. So I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. So, but the Fudders and Moon Boys are very divided, huh? Fudders and Moon Boys, interesting. Maybe if you like break that down a little bit for me, maybe that'll make more sense to me there. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm not here for short-term gains either, Marvelous Packs. I agree on that for sure. Long-term gains for the win for sure. Bruin 88. I have 94 sets. Trying for over 100. Maybe VeVe will reward us with long-term collectors, and they will with the Master Collectors program. Let's see here. What up, True Tech Junkie says VVG TV. Don't FOMO into Omi, says Marvelous Packs. Yeah. This is like a slow race. I agree on that. This is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. This isn't a 40-yard dash. This is a marathon. And I try to make that clear in my last few videos is like, hey guys, and on Twitter is like, I'm going to be buying some Omi. Okay. I'm not going to be blowing, like selling my house to buy Omi, or like, you know what I mean? It's just going to be a casual process. And I've always approached Omi that way. I've never been like, I'm selling my life saving, or like I'm putting my life savings into Omi. Never have I done that. All right. I guess that's what makes me different from like the other ones. So a lot of people think like maybe I'm a moon boy, but I'm not. Like, no, I've always approached things very reasonably. And, I've called a lot of the movements in the token, from technical analysis, and where VeVe has gone. It's just was an analysis that I was doing. It had nothing to do with me just dumping everything I had into everything VeVe and Omi. I'm actually pretty conservative. I'm really conservative when it comes to trading and investing. So, I do have a family at the end of the day. I got to pay bills, and, I can't afford to just dump my net worth into, one thing. So, but I'll casually, not casually, but I'll intelligently invest, right? Not financial advice. Slider 2333 says no need to FOMO for next 6 months. Here, let's go over here. Let's go to just chatting. Yeah, no need to FOMO for the next 6 months. So there'll be a nice little window, though, for 6 to 12 months, though, where the token's like this. I think anything after that, though, there's no chance that the token doesn't burn like crazy. And if they drop OUP and people are staking, we could have some serious implications there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, you just got to get it while... It reminds me of fishing and hunting. So if you've ever fished and hunted, you kind of know, like, you have to get it while it's there. So, like, if you're at a lake or a river, I used to do a lot of trout fishing, and you almost have to hunt for trout in a sense. So it's like you're hunting and fishing at the same time. For those fly fishers, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you have to hunt down those trout in the river. And it's fun. It's very fun. That's what trading and investing kind of reminds me of. You just have to get it while it's there, because those fish aren't going to be in that same pool, or it's not going to be that easy all the time. Like, you could go to the same spot and those trout might not bite there, or they may have moved to a different pool, or they don't like what you're trying to catch with anymore. They're trying to eat something else. So, trading and investing literally reminds me of fishing sometimes, trout fishing specifically. Gosh, I got to go to California like longer next time, and maybe go up north and do some like adventurous stuff. Where's my adventurous people at, man? I need to know who the adventurous people are in the VeVe community. Like, oh, I'd love to go to like Tahoe. I'd love to go trout fish up there. I've been up to Tahoe a few times. I know Comics and Crypto. He's goes to Tahoe sometimes, but I need to know where my adventurous people are. That would be definitely a blast for sure. Let's see. Futters aren't going to Decon, says Marvelous Packs. That's true. Marvelous Packs, you made my point. I'm a small creator. I like low prices. I'm just reading your comments to catch up on it. I see commenting a lot. So VeVe Bros are legit. Hey man, yes. Subscribe to VeVe Bros. All right, they're super funny, super hilarious. We need to get everybody. Are you guys at let's go over here. VeVe Bros. We gotta get these. We gotta get them to 1K immediately. Like immediately. Only 400 away, basically. So let's get them 440, 433 subscribers or whatever. Let's get them to 1K, man. Like, this is it's too easy. We can all do this. Too easy. This is light work. I think we got Wendy. Like, we got Wendy to. She went from like 500 to like 800 or 900 just on one stream from a long time ago. So we were live streaming here on the channel, and I think that like VeVe was doing something big, and so I had like 200 people on live on stream, and everybody went to Wendy's and like, or what did I do? I like sent out a tweet or something. So we can definitely do this. Like, we can do this again. We can start really promoting each other, lifting each other up in the community. I'm just gonna leave this graphic up right here to go subscribe. Let's go do that. Also, we can stream live together. That's a new feature on YouTube. You can actually go live together. So if you click go live, it'll show on your mobile phone, and I think it shows on desktop now. So I think there's going to be more collabs here in the short term in terms of VeVe creators. Let's see. VeVe Bros was definitely in the building. Salute. Oh, I got to zoom in to scroll the comments. I'd say 12-month slider. You know, Best Buy, like there's been tech hardware like companies like Best Buy. Like some stocks have actually been performing pretty good. They perked up this past like day. Like look at these. There's energy companies. Like let me see if I can find. Taiwan Semiconductor. They make a bunch of computer chips. Amazon's up. Like I don't know. They're predicting revenue. They're forecasting on these stocks in 2023 to perform actually pretty good. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long this recession will actually last. I think there's going to be a window for sure, but my timeline has actually shifted up closer. Like before, it was like, oh man, we're going to go through like an ice age in crypto. And oh yeah, we got my dog. Oh yeah. What's up, Rowdy? My daughter came in. Bye. So, yeah, it bumped my timeline up a little bit. So, like before, it was like 2 to 3 years, but just based on these like forecasts, it's kind of piqued my interest that like maybe it won't be that long like we thought. You know what I mean? Maybe it won't be as long as we originally thought. Maybe it will only be like a year. So I don't know. I'm skeptical. It's kind of like a wait and see. But yeah, like in terms of FOMOing into OMI, I agree with that sentiment. Like you have time. Don't rush it. Be smart. Not financial advice. SoCal Omi Homie says 51 watching and 21 likes. Come on, help Kyle out. Like and share and Bruin. That's awesome. Congrats. Hey, appreciate that. SoCal Omi Homie is a G, man. Had a blast at the Red Circle House or the Red Circle Hall. Next time we need to like sign up a wall or something. Like we need to put up a wall at your house and we all should like autograph it and things like that. And we should also like have like a GoFundMe to like, I don't know, donate to that house and like make it like super insane or something crazy. Like, I don't know, like have like some crazy stuff like VR everywhere, like make it like a little oasis or something. Like that'd be insane. That'd be so fun. Could you imagine like a house like that where we all go to like during Decon events or whatever? That'd be tight. True Tech Junkie says VeVe Bros was definitely in the building. Salute. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. In the building at Decon for sure. Slider 2333 says, LOL, I am with you, but I need a little FOMO next year. Your local scalper says, VeVe Bros are legit, 100. We met a bunch of times. We got to have you on the VeVe Bros channel and vice versa. Yeah, I agree. I'm down. I'm on Will Goes Meta. I'm on his channel today. I don't know if he's going to go live or if he's going to film it. But he's going to interview me over on his channel. So be on the lookout for that. He's the guy that makes those cool, shiny cards. And I'll probably have to wear one at one of the decons, like on one of my lanyards. I like low prices. LOL says Marvelous Pack. Yeah. I agree. I like low prices. Just keep the prices low, baby. Let me look. Because, like, listen, I'm not a whale. But, man, when it's all said and done, I might be. I know the whales are going to keep trying to accumulate. The thing is like, all right, not to put anybody down. We're not going to put anybody down on the stream, obviously, but this is kind of a win for small retail investors. Because when the price like this is so low, now you have an opportunity in front of you, right? Now you can kind of catch up. You know what I mean? Because what happened is with a lot of like, let's say, not to pick on Andre, but he bought at the top. I don't think he's going to keep pouring money into OMI. I mean, he might incrementally still. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to continue to do that. But now you are at an advantage. Like, you know, if you're not like for me, for example, I'm not Dr. Profit. I'm far from being a Dr. Profit. But now I have an opportunity to really acquire a lot of OMI, is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm so excited, and we have actual time to do it this time. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. So, Anyways, yeah. PVGTV says we met a bunch of times. We gotta have. Oh yeah. Okay, I just read that one. Yeah, still loving the prices here too. Says Slider 2333. Guppy size, LOL. What's good, Peanut? Bruin 88. So Kyle, thank you. Marlos Pack says I don't need to go to an event to believe in VeVe. Definitely do my work and research. Hey man, you should definitely go though. You should definitely go. Like I do encourage it. I know you don't necessarily need to go, but man, it was actually legit special. Like, man, like let's go to Instagram. I'll show you. Like just seeing everybody, man, seeing the fam, like this was just an incredible time. Like I went over these pictures the other day. Like just incredible, man, just incredible. Yeah. Like look at this. Like these are all different creators everywhere. Like everybody was having a good time. It was just amazing. Even Cavell was gonna go there for a second. The Lambo. Win Lambo. All right, I'm gonna refresh the page. Y'all had subscribed. 569. Up by 2 subscribers. We need to get more. We need to pamp those numbers. Actually, let me get the link. Subscribe and then come back. Subscribe and then come back. We can do better than that. All right, so let's see here. Futters. I agree that if you didn't show up, you don't know how strong the community really is. Yeah, man. That and you know what it revealed a lot is the artists, how close they are with VeVe. But like also the other insights would be just how they operate, like how like the booths were and how they collab up with everybody. Like you see Metacom collabing up with all the artists. Decon was collabing up with Metacom and their Bear Bricks and like these cool like little fun things like these VIP passes came with some of these collectibles. I don't know. It's just like now I feel like I understand VeVe a lot more than before. Like I'm like, oh, now I get why they dropped the way they drop things on the app. I like now I understand why they do what they do, because it's a different mindset. Like people are genuinely wanting to collect these art pieces because the art behind, obviously you know that, but I don't know, it was more real for me. Like it was like this added like dimension and layer that like it opened up my mind even more than before. And so I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get it. And so, yeah, it's just something that you had to kind of be there to really get. But I agree. Like you don't necessarily need to be there, but it definitely will like open up your mind in a different way than previous. But it was fun. Here, Apple ID buying Disney. Oh yeah, Tucson Collectibles. What's going on, man? I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Good to see you in here. Yeah, so like Apple could buy Disney. Like I saw somebody post that on Twitter. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if Disney like failed for whatever reason, that maybe they could. I just don't think that's gonna, like with under Bob Iger. I don't know if I see that. That's another reason why I'm bullish on the time frame moving from like 3 years down to like 1 to 2 in terms of like everything. So Alex and Crypto, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Everyone has a means to go to events. I agree. That's very cultish to assume we don't know the community. There's social media spaces, YouTube, and also, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like spaces, like, except it's live. It's like in real life spaces. You know what I mean? No, I'm not putting down people on social media. I'm in the space. I was actually like the first person to do a VeVe space, literally. But no. Like no, that's not what I was trying to get at. I was just trying to say like it just opens up your mind in a different way. Bob versus Bob. What's Bob versus Bob? What is that? Super Rush. What's going on, by the way? Super Rush in the house. Thankfully, I was never dumb enough to have kids. Yeah. Kids, man, are fun, man, though. They're fulfilling. Man, where would I be without my kids? They're a lot of work, though. VeVe Vault was there and is one of the top content creators and not bullish whatsoever, says Marvelous Packs. Yeah, I mean, that's his opinion. I mean, everybody's got an opinion. He just sold all of his collectibles. Yeah, but how many times have he sold all of his collectibles? I thought he sold a few times. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, people never really leave VeVe. I've noticed that. Like, we saw, what was it? What was his name? Like Ricky Singh or whatever. Like, he sold everything and it's been like a year and he came back and he's like, hey, I'm back. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like, I always take that with a grain of salt, and I think you should too. Actually, speaking of all, I saw him at the Decon event. Right there. It's hard not to be bullish on VeVe, man. I don't know. It's like we're watching Ready Player One. We have the brands that were in the movie Ready Player One. It's hard not to get excited. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure what the expectation was, but like it exceeded my expectation. And my expectations were really low for the VeVeverse, and it like shot over the moon what the VeVeverse is. So I don't know. I'm bullish. Like I have a lot of experience in software and like betas and alphas. So I don't know. I'm kind of reverse on that. I scored an Amor last night for 295. Good job. Good job. Am I really that behind on comments? Let's see. I'm trying to scroll up. Nymph fishing for the win. Hey, we do have a fly fisher in the house. Molly 31, I see you. Nymph fishing, yes. Just nymph fishing and floating it right, like just floating it into a good spot and letting it drift. Making just like that little tick, little tug. Ooh, yeah, come on now. Shout out to the fly fishers out there. It's more of like a Tour de France. It says Tucson Collectibles. Like I said, divided. One dude isn't like, you know what I mean? It's just one, like we have like 500 creators in the space, and it's like that's just one person. I wouldn't call that divided, you know what I mean? Again, like I saw everybody at the event, and I didn't seem like that. Marathons take 4 hours. Going back to the family time, but great stream. Hey, GGV, Grandison, peace. Good to see you. Good to see you. Marvelous Packs. Where do we get to see the vault sold everything? I'm not sure. I fish Wyoming a lot. Let's go, Tucson. I love fishing and camping. Tahoe will be a blast. Victor Texas says, yeah, let's go. Check his Twitter. Yeah, but it's like his whole channel's around VeVe, so I'm not sure what he is going to do. I'm curious. I've been looking to Illuvium again lately, and their progress is amazing. VeVe is like my 5-year plus hold, but Illuvium could be like ready to play in 2 years. I agree. Yeah, I like Illuvium. Wyoming is where you want to fish. Henry Winkler loves it. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, Wyoming. I really want to go to Wyoming, like big time. Montana, Wyoming. The good fishing's up north, man, and I'm way down here in Oklahoma, like in the middle of nowhere. They have to stock the river here, which I go local. I still go local, but it's not as good as those northern places, man. Arkansas has a few good places. Like I've been up there, but like down in like the southern area of the U.S., like the rivers they pretty much stock like below the dam, because the water's cold enough down there to provide the trout, you know, so the trout can actually live. because if the water's too hot, the trout like pretty much will die. So that's kind of how it works down here. You have to fish like by the dams and stuff like that. So it's very limited, which is kind of a bummer. Love VeVe bros and marvelous packs. Yeah, totally. Super Rush, they got the same subscribers, 567 as my Darth Vader mint. Nice, says Super Rush. Marvelous Pack says, for real, VeVe Vault brought us content creators into a group chat and supports us. Glad to see you supporting smaller creators like theirs. Yeah, oh yeah. Like if you go back, actually supported Vault a long time ago. Yeah, Vault actually had a smaller channel than me a long time ago. Let's go over here. Like way OG days, man. Like, I don't know if you're like new to the community, but yeah, like a long time ago, a lot of like Non-Fungible Wonderful, man. He was in my chat, and I was like, yo, why don't you start up a channel again? Like he was starting like a family vlog. His name was like Family Vlogs or something like that. And I was like, yo, you should definitely start something up. And he did. And now we know him as Non-Fungible Wonderful, baby. Johnny Dunn, man. Johnny Dunn had a YouTube channel. And I was like, bro, we gotta get on some video, bro. Like we gotta get on our game. And he was the first interview in the community in terms of creators. So I had Johnny Dunn. Wherever it's at, I don't even know. Like, it's been so long. I don't even know. Oh, you know what? It's because this is like, YouTube does it weird now. So you have to like sort it by, maybe it was live. Did we live stream? I don't hate it, but I had Chris Coffee on quite a bit as well, like way back in the day. Yeah, man, I've always supported smaller creators. I was going to do an initiative. A lot of the other creators have done a lot, and yeah, super excited to see them grow. So it's like a ripple effect. But yeah, Vault was pretty small back in the day. Like I had probably like 5,000 subscribers. He had like literally, I think it was like under 1K at the time, and he's grown quite a bit for sure. But yeah, oh yeah, Johnny Dunn. That was like my second interview, but yeah, way back in the day, man. Even Taps had started with less subscribers as well back in the day. Taps and Vault, and even Cavell. I had Cavell on the channel. It's just hard to, with the day job and kids and family. Interviews are much harder to do nowadays. Because before, like, I could easily like chat. I was actually like full-time content creation for a while, and it's much easier if you are. So if like you're doing this full time, it's much easier to like schedule out interviews and do them during the day and things like that. But I mean, if I was full time, maybe I'll do that. But day jobs got to come first, and I don't have as much time as I used to. So. All right, let's get back to it, to the Chizat, here, the Cray Mountain. What's going on? Hey, Kyle, what's up, fam? Any idea how we'll be able to use MCP points? Any connections with the VeVe-verse? Hey, we got Johnny Dunn in the house. That interview was legendary, brother. I'm trying to catch up to the comments, man. The Red Circle Pioneer. Hey, appreciate you, fam. What up, Dunn? Says True Tech Junkie. Oh, Upper Peninsula. Okay. Gerald Claw says bad people hide now. 3DP Media. I'll be hitting lows. Think it's going to continue to drop. I think it will. Oh, you know what? I don't know. It's like I'm just watching the pattern. I'm not saying it will, but it could. I mean, who knows? All I know is what I'm doing, personally. Yeah, that Johnny Dunn interview, man. Oh, I closed it out. Dang it. Okay. That interview was epic, man. Those were good times. Good times. We'll have to watch the Crypto Far West videos too. There was me and Cavell way back in the day. Even Tabs, yeah. So like, yeah, some of our top creators, man. Those were some of the first interviews in the community back in the day. I tried to get Butt Thompson on back in the day, but come on, Butt, what happened, man? What happened? It's all good though. I see him still creating content and stuff. Let's see. True Tech Junkie, Dr. Prophet, aka Dan from VeVe. Let's see. Hope to see you and Chris doing a joint live stream soon. Hey, SoCal Only Homie, yes. Vault is the #1 engaging community member, rivaled only by David Yu, Reese, Dan, and Alex. Z, yeah, and I think that's because like the YouTube algorithm picked him up like during the Disney Golden Moments, because during the Disney Golden Moments, he went from like 6K subs to like 9K in a week. And then I think in 2 weeks it like went to like 11. So the algorithm, I think it has to do with like some of his name too. So I know the algorithm really picked him up, and he was doing the tips and tricks. So I know a lot of people are trying to like get access to those tips and tricks. Definitely engaging for sure. He's welcome to come on, he's welcome to come on the channel. We'll interview, see what he's up to. I mean, Taps hasn't made content in a while. I mean, Taps is technically like the top guy now. So it was me in the beginning, right? And then Cavell was just doing video. Like Cavell got closer, and then he passed me, and then Taps kind of the same. Taps passed me and Cavell, and Vault kind of came out of nowhere, and now he's like below like the Taps and Vault are pretty close. Taps just doesn't make as much content. And I stopped doing streams. So, I used to have like 200 people live on stream without the Disney the Disney license. And I think the algorithm, like I kind of fell out of the algorithm a little bit. It's just about consistency. Like if you're consistent and you have value to bring to the table, that's all you need. That's all you need to be successful. So, Vault's good at that. Taps, Cavell. That's why they have those subscribers. So it's all about consistency and staying active, or at least having like amazing content. So go blow my channel up, says Vault Vision. Let me type you in here, man. It's not always just about the subscriber count. You know what I mean? It's about community. So if you have a great community, man, you stay positive, you can go a long way with it. And the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. It's all about staying positive. Yeah, Vault Vision right here. 435 subscribers. Let's get him to 500 and let's get it. Hey, that's scary. Oh, that's you, Chill Crazy? What? How did I not know this was Chill Crazy? Is this Chill Crazy? Anyways. Just bought a Patrick Hughes. Nice. There's no recession. Clutch Gerald. Vault will crush the market 4x what Cavell did. Honestly, I don't think they crashed the market. That was just because of the bots and liquidity issues. Yeah. I think we'll be fine. I think we're already in a bear market. I don't know how 4x we can go from there. Let's see. Marvelous Pack says Johnny Kane. I don't see anything about him selling everything. He's toxic AF. I should not be reading these comments out loud. Sorry. Somebody must. Yeah, no comment on that. Let's just keep it positive, fam. Let's keep it positive. Bezos said, quote, hold your money. Recession is coming. Bezos just laid off a lot of people. 14K or something like that. But then again, look at the stock go up. He laid off 14K people and the stock went up. I don't know. No one has ever explained why VeVe hates Vault. I think he just got in trouble back in the day as well. So I don't want to comment on that. He should speak for himself on that. So I don't know. Again, he can come on the channel. We can chat about VeVe stuff or whatever, Web3 on that. There's no need for toxicity. How do you say that? In the space. No one has ever explained why oh, no, I already just read that. Will you be able to buy accessories in Q1? So lots of money burning starts then if it's implemented. Nathan, that's a good point. It's a good point. Marvelous Packs. Thanks again, Kyle, for streaming the Lambo moment. Dope AF. Hey, no, appreciate you, man. Yeah, that was a special moment. That was very special. Yeah, I try to capture like the special moments in the VeVe community as much as I can. Yeah, that was amazing. No problem at all. Hope to see you and Chris doing a joint stream. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quick. We got beat a Barracuda. Thanks to Vault for what he does for VeVe. You know, we've all done a lot for VeVe, so I know like not just Vault, but Cavell, Taps. I mean, there's a lot of people. VeVe Magic. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have like ripple effects. Like, I mean, if you look at it, I was the first like streamer technically in the VeVe community, along with what was it? What was his name? Alpha, Staying Alpha. I mean, Staying Alpha were like the first streamers, and then there was, and I dropped some of the first videos. Johnny Dunn was right around then too. So you got to look at that as like the network effect that's had. Like just that alone, you know, Vault started off like after that, right? And Cavell, and then Cavell's inspired a lot of people. You have to look at that. You have to look at Non-Fungible Wonderful inspiring people, and that ripple effect. Subscribers, like an impact it shouldn't be measured based on subscribers only, right? There's a lot more that goes into that, like the community as a whole. VeVe Magic has probably onboarded a lot of Disney users and gotten like a lot of people involved in the space. So there's definitely like a ripple effect that goes outward, right? And you'll never really see the middle because like you just see the ripples and things like that. I don't know. That I always find that interesting. You know, Grandison Prime, like Vault Vision, like these guys are out here, you know, making unique content and providing avenues for other and inspiring other content creators to come up as well. And I think that's important. I think that's important to highlight that and to showcase that off in the community. So it's not just like a few people. It's a lot of people, right? I don't know. I just get really excited about community. Oh yeah, the DC drop. Watching the stream before I head to Vault, Kyle. I will be there next year. Let's go, Marvelous Packs. Like I said, here for the long run. Let's go, man. Let's go. Love to meet you. I'm excited for that. Okay, yeah. And enjoy the stream over there. About to have him on though. I'll see what he's up to. Already subbed. Let's go, Dr. Prophet, AKD. Let's see. I need to catch up on all these. You're right. Puzzle pieces made a lot more sense. You're there. Add a new perspective. Yeah, Decon was legit. Yeah, Decon was awesome. Finish my 170th set. Would take some time to sell everything. Says Energy. Yo, Energy. That is insane. Insane. Exactly. If you understand the tech, you see that NFTs are it. For sure, Gerald Clow. Yes, yes. Intergenerational stuff gets in different directions and many generations. That's when kids become less fun. Oh yeah, kids. I'm not really sure. I could definitely see David making a game like the one in Ready Player One on VeVe. Yeah. I think even just small games. I think we're so focused on. We want like a AAA experience now. Like, you know what I mean? We're like, we want it now, and it's like it takes time to build these things, and these brands to navigate the space. So I don't I don't think we'll. I think yeah, long term it's good. It's good. Long term, really bullish. Long term. Yo, energy was at Decon? What? I was literally trying to find energy the whole time. I was like asking people, I'm like, are you energy? Are you energy? I was literally looking for energy. Me and I think Johnny, me and Johnny, I don't know. We were like, where's energy? I think that's energy. We're like speculating on who energy was. Oh. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. Montana is so much more fun than Wyoming. Best vehicle in VeVe currently, flying DeLorean. No, I have it's a tie for me between the original UR and the flying one. I also like the Ecto. So the Ecto is pretty cool. Taps in Randy killed the after party. Randy killed it so much that he like fell on the floor. I gotta put a meme out for that one. I need to buy Christmas gifts, but want to buy more Omi and collectibles. Yeah, me too, man. I feel that. My wife keeps wanting to buy more things, and I'm like, yo, but this Omi though. literally. Boba's back down. Ooh, Boba. I'm really, I don't want to talk about that one because I don't want other people to buy it. Keep letting him go down, man. Let me sneak up on that. Michael Kumar says, who's the Cruzimi guy I keep seeing on the VeVe social feed? I'm not really sure. Like, what do you mean Cruzimi? I know there's like, Murakami, like he does the flower guy. I'm not sure about the social feed though. I'll have to look into that. I'm not really sure. And I'm not sure if I've seen that. We are at a recession already. Yeah. We've talked about that on the channel a little bit. Like when it hit, like when gas goes up, it's kind of like, okay, we're like, if it's like $6 a gallon, we're kind of in a recession. When milk's like $5 a gallon, like whatever, bread's really expensive. Like it's kind of a recession already. But you know what they have to say on media. They have to control the narrative. But yeah, I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. But it's like, how long will it last? You know what I mean? Superstar Kyle, pleasure meeting you this weekend. Superstar Money in the house. Yo, man, it was great to see the team, man. It was great to see y'all. And dude, it was a blast. Like, you guys are super high energy, just like you guys are on your channel. So I love seeing that. I love seeing you guys interact in person. And we gotta hit it up next time. I was so excited to be there. I should have been like Chris Coffey and like interview people, but I was just like so just immersing everything, right? There's just like this energy, and it was my first time, and it was just so fun to walk around the event, seeing everybody, saying hi, and like I'm like, should I stream? Should I not? It was an incredible time. Insane, man, just insane. Buy Omi and collectibles and give them away as gifts. Yeah, we need that transfer option. So we can do that. I used to do the giveaways, and I used to have people like donate them in. I think Vault does that now, but yeah, we used to do that back in the day and do like giveaways before they turned off transfers. So we need to. I'm really bullish on that. We definitely need some transfers back in the house for sure. It'd be cool if we could buy like collectibles off of like, let's say the VeVe website as cards. So like, for instance, this Ron English card that I got at the VeVe booth for being like a gold card member. I got this card to redeem. But it'd be cool if they had like a bunch of these and like they're just different, obviously different like IP and characters, and you could just buy these like off the website, and you could give these as a gift, like gift cards, but like you can redeem them as a NFT. That would be dope. Like Tokidoki blind box cards, like that is sick. Like it would literally have like a blind, like, wouldn't that be freaking cool? That would be so freaking cool. Let's see. Yo, great meeting you guys this weekend, Superstar Money, even though y'all beat me this week in fantasy. Johnny Dunn beat me on the last frame in bowling. I was so mad. I biffed it too. Like I bowled on the last frame, you know, if you get like a strike or a what's the other one? A strike or a the one slash or whatever, that thing. So like if you knock all the pins down, you get an extra frame or whatever. And the last frame, I guttered the freaking ball, man. Like I had a bunch of strikes that match, and the last frame, I guttered it. I was like, no. I might have had a couple of drinks. So I'm gonna blame it on that. Johnny barely beat me. All right, everybody, let the world know that Johnny beat me by like this much. It was only because I biffed it. I'm gonna stick to those guns. So we need a rematch. Me, Johnny. We need to get a superstar. We need to get some Paul Barron in the house. We need to get a scoop play Superman. How long will it go? Let's go. Let's pull the chart up. I love this song, actually. Speaking of Johnny Dunn. Hey, if I was, ooh, that's Black Paris right there. Speaking of Metaverse fashion, they were doing some Metaverse fashion stuff. I talked to their team before, Black Paris. Oh, V Friends was there. Speaking of Gary V, V Friends was 2 boosts down. I tried to buy their stuff too. I said, are those, oh yeah, let's go over here. I was like, are those shoes for sale? I'll buy those. And they're like, no, that's not for sale. And I was like, are those plushies for sale? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay, what is for sale? And they're like, the cards. And I was like, okay. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the chart. And I'll also pull up ecomi wiki on the side over here while we're looking at this one. All right, so it is at floor price 449. And a lot of these collectibles are, I don't know how much lower they'll actually go. I mean, if VeVe dropped a big, yeah, look at this. It's at like a low. Let me see if I can pull up the graphs on ecomi wiki for Superman real quick. And Ray Fixie, we know he hasn't been messing with Superman. I think he will once he's like unlocked like his geolocation maybe, or they figure that out. I think he'll get back into Superman as well. Here we go. Yeah, like if VeVe dropped a big IP, I think this one could go and do really well. But yeah, yeah, it's holding support from when it dropped back in like November of last year, which is very curious. So it's holding around like ancient support level right here. So I just don't see this thing going that much lower. It's a lot of these collectibles are going to have this Bitcoin pattern. When Bitcoin originally like pumped back in like 2017, 2018, and then it crashed, it created this like cup and handle pattern, which is like one of the most well-known trading patterns in like history. And a lot of these VeVe collectibles are starting to form this like bottom of the bowl, which means they're not going to go that much lower. And we'll start to see them just consolidate for a while, and then, you know, there's going to be a huge catalyst, which probably will be the VeVeverse. Let's see, this was about 2022 January. So, and from 2022 January to now, that's been about obviously like a year. So we might be here in the lows for a while, for like a year, maybe 12 months, 6 to 12 months, maybe, I don't know. We might see some nice like gains in there on the upward of this bull pattern. I think that's how it's going to play out. I could be wrong, not financial advice, but I just don't know how much lower this thing goes. I mean, after that, it's capitulation, you know, and if it fully capitulates, it's going to be like, what's your DCA strategy here for Superman, right? Are you going to buy like a couple of them while they're down? I'm looking at a different collectible than Superman, but something very similar to Superman. is what I'm looking at investing into. So I'll probably pick up a couple of those other collectibles if I can. But yeah, like if you guys are gonna let them drop that low, then that's I might have to swing in like Spider-Man and pick that up. But yeah, what's going on, Paul Barron's Network in the house? All right, Johnny Dunn, we distracted you in person. Evening Lad says, and when Kenobi, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Glad you made it home safe. Appreciate you, VeVe Arcade. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yo, Paul says, Mali 31. Let's go. Moali. Got to get this Robin FA. Shh. Don't tell them about the Robin FA. If they're dropping it on Palm, the first Robin is over on VeVe. Let that be known. The question is, how far will this one go? I shouldn't have pulled it up. I don't want anybody to buy this. Because I want to buy a couple of these. It's more scarce, too. It's more scarce. We're under 119 billion reserve wallet. Word on the street is Johnny Dunn, where I blindfolded and clicked buy now with his toe and hit the drop at Decon while talking to David Yu. Super money. That's hilarious. Anime could, so that could be the capitulation point. If they drop anime, people are going to move a lot out of the other assets, a lot of their gems over to that anime. I could see that being that capitulation moment for sure. But I think it has to be in the next 6 to 12 months, like for like a big IP or brand anime based. If we do see a full capitulation moment, I think that would be it. But I think people are going to still work their jobs. They're still going to accumulate those funds. So we could be at the bottom here. So that's just not financial advice, but you know, people might start putting money aside to buy some of these pieces. Yeah. So good morning, Paul, says Johnny Dunn. I don't know how much lower Superman FA can go. Maybe when Lambo drops. That's a good point. Lambo could be a point there. It could be a great opportunity, but something as big as Superman FA might want to just lock one in. Yeah, it's like at the point where kind of like Omi is like, how far can Omi realistically kind of go? I mean, the RSI was really low and it's since then kind of stabilized. It's like, at what point do you want to start your DCA process is kind of what you should be kind of asking yourself, or I ask myself. So, yeah. So that's like kind of your own personal strategy. I mean, I don't want to be the guy timing the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be entering somewhere near the bottom, and I'm okay with that, right? And that's kind of my strategy and how I'm kind of thinking. Batman cough. Alex and crypto, you already know. You already know, man. You got me like pinpointed on that. Alex and crypto, Kyle, Goku or Mario? Which would you rather see on the app first? I would say Mario first, only because they should save Goku where when the market is like up and up. But Mario would be a good one. But if you, I mean, I'm a bigger Goku fan for sure. But no, without a doubt. All right, that's all I got for this one. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I got to go. I have like a ton of work to do today. And so I got to get to it. Much appreciated everybody for joining the stream. You know what to do if you liked it. Be like an NFT. Be authentic, and I'll catch you later and in the next stream. And yeah, enjoy the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Yeah, that's all we got here. We'll see you in the next one, and peace.
Baby, you, when he on that jet, NFTs are flicks, but they cost a chick in a house in a complex, yeah. I got VeVe on my mind, that's the project, yeah. And my homie wallet just made a deposit, whoa, whoa. Feel like I'm David, I'm always on go. New possibilities, we on the road. Wait, VeVe verse, I'm in my zone. Yeah, showroom turned into my home. Them NFTs, they go 4 for 4. Yeah, I got 6, I collect them all. Yeah, don't get raped, how do for the long. Yeah, ecomi next, they can't do no wrong. Yeah, got no threats, we too far along. Yeah, Made a bet, now my money strong. Feel like David, you got a Charizard, Bulbasaur, Mewtwo. We go outer space with Elon in the coupe. New Zealand base, we got kiwis in the juice. Alfred kind of beasts in the background making moves. Dan in the streets, making sure we moving smooth. Gotta bring the heat in Australia with the views.